Hello and welcome back. I wanted to make a quick video on my thoughts on Nintendo's newest IP, Dragon Drive. It was revealed in the Switch 2 Direct, and ever since, let's just say, nobody really seems to like it. It joins the family of weird Nintendo gimmicky controlled games, which started with Wii Sports and ever since have never really had another hit. I know a game like Wii Fit sold 22 million copies, but I'm not sure that really means a lot when I can see 100 copies at my favorite retro game store. On the Switch specifically, we got 1-2 Switch, a game I played at launch and never again. Actually, that's a lie. My friends and I did play it recently to farewell the console, and we couldn't stand 30 minutes of it. Stupid ass milking game.
Oh my god!
Let's just say that these gimmicky games aren't typically that good. Dragon Drive's control gimmick uses the Switch 2 mouse controls. The game is a take on wheelchair basketball, where you control the wheels. You drag forward, the wheel goes forward. You drag backward, the wheel goes backward. The left wheel is controlled by your left hand and the right. You get the gist. On initial reveal, I was a bit hesitant on how intuitive the game would feel, especially as all of the demo kiosks at preview events for the Switch 2 use desks, and I was primarily going to be sitting down on a couch and likely using my legs or the arms of the couch to play on. But after playing a bit, it's okay. It's not as bad as I expected, but it 100% depends on what surface you play on. If I'm wearing loose pants, then the sensor tends to misinput a bit more than if I were to be wearing form-fitting pants. I find the gameplay fun in a novel way. I come from a Rocket League background, and I really enjoy games which put a spin on traditional sports. So this taps into my love of that, so it might not appeal to the average person. I enjoy the quick turnaround on games, allowing you to play a lot of games in a short amount of time. I think the tech in this game is quite interesting, with a tricky system allowing you to add some risk and reward to your gameplay, making you decide between getting an easy 2-pointer, a trickier 3-pointer, or to run in and score the extra trick points by dunking the ball. However, the more technical aspects are kind of finicky, and they take skill that I don't think is worth my time to learn. I struggle doing bunny hops in free play, let alone trying to get them to work in an actual gameplay setting. I think this game more than most will have a very high skill ceiling that is going to be very difficult for beginners to get through. But outside of the main game mode, that's about it. In between matches, you can play in the arena and try a myriad of challenges, from shootouts to obstacle course challenges, and a lot of these can be quite challenging and make me feel really inept at playing the game. There's especially this jump rope one that I can never do. It's so difficult, and apparently to get like one of the helmets, you have to do 100 of them in a row. And then after every other match, one of 2 mini games get played. One is a race to the finish. Sounds pretty simple. You just start at the top of slope and then roll your way down and try to be first with a couple of obstacles in your way. And the other one is chasing a ball around that's rebounding all over the park, and the goal is to catch it. Both of these are actually fun and just highlights how little there is to do. I wish they expanded the game to have a Pokemon Stadium-esque mode where you have a lot of mini games to fight for points. I reckon that this would have made the game feel a lot fuller, considering it's just weird to leave 2 games on endless rotation with nothing else. But who knows, Nintendo would have probably charged $50 for that. It just kind of leaves me a bit underwhelmed. I think the discourse, as most discourse comes when a Nintendo game releases, becomes a fight between Nintendo shills and Nintendo haters clashing together like 2 wheelchairs on a court. So I think there are a lot of people decrying this game as garbage and a waste of time right now, and I don't think that's right. Yes, the game is the most bland art style that I've seen in a game in a while. It's ridiculous you can't form teams with friends, or just join the park of a friend online, or the fact that the game will likely be the only game to push the mouse capabilities on the system, and I don't think it's the best use of that mouse control. But I do think this game does a couple things right, and I think the gameplay loop is interesting enough that it warrants the game's existence, and I do commend Nintendo for continuing to experiment where other AAA companies won't. I'm talking about you, Microsoft. And since it's cheap, it doesn't feel like a slap in the face like 1-2 Switch felt like on launch. But this game is disappointing, and though I think it is fun, and it isn't the worst Nintendo game released on the Switch 2 so far, I wonder how many people are actually going to play this in a month's time. I know I made this point for Mario Kart a couple weeks ago, but I think that this game could actually be dead in the matter of weeks. I've enjoyed my time with it, and if it looks interesting to you, you should probably get it. But only time will tell if this game will be forgotten like other gimmicky games Nintendo has published. That about wraps it up for this one. I thought I'd make a quick video while this game is somewhat topical, so thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Peace!